So the day of my accident, I was actually having an awesome day. Everything was like closing big business deals. You know, I had a good buddy coming in town from out of town, and one of my best friends from college came over, and we were just having a great day, and we were going over to my parents to eat pizza and have all this fun time. And this buddy that had come into town that day, he would go surf with me a lot. He would come surf, and we would go ride longboards whenever we were at school or on mainland. So we would just go do these big hills. Longboards are built for a lot of speed, so it's not really skateboards where you're not getting a lot of speed, you're doing a lot of tricks. Longboards are just meant for how fast can you go. I just remember starting as fast as I could, already realizing, hey, I'm going pretty fast, I love this. And then I went over the lip of the hill. That was the last thing that my mind has a memory of.
I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know the seriousness of it. Dr. Banks and Dr. Walker came in and explained to us what had happened. That he fractured the back of his skull and he crushed the front, and that he has lost consciousness. Just remember, I'm telling you, what a blessing he is. And he's had such a great life. And I'm so proud of him. I heard the nurse talking to the ICU, and they were getting a room ready for him in the neuro ICU. And I heard him say it was a trauma 1. I knew that was serious. And I just remember thinking, it's going to be okay. He's here with a lot of great people who know exactly what they're doing. And I was so thankful we were here. He was completely paralyzed and in a medical coma, and he was swelling, was increasing. Then at 5:45 the next morning, they had called to say, Dr. Banks needs to speak to you. And he had told us about they were going to need to remove part of his skull. I had never in my life heard about that. I didn't know they could do things like that. He said the swelling was so much that was the only choice we had. Right now there's life in him, and as long as there's life, we'll keep doing the next thing.
He ended up developing a respiratory issue where we actually ended up putting him on a rotoprone bed, which is a very difficult bed, but the most difficult part is how sick the patient is that's in it.
He was on that 24, 36 hours, and it seemed to help.
Next thing you know, he started advancing really quickly, actually. The day that he started following commands, it happened on night shift, but even when day shift kind of caught air of it, I mean, it put almost the whole unit in tears. It was just such a really big ordeal. It was a really big thing.
One of the nurses called us one morning about 5 and said, you need to get up here, your baby boy's waking up.
The first memory that I have when I woke up was looking over and seeing my dad sitting there to the left, and he was smiling, and he said, you see what's on my face? I'm smiling because you've been given a gift that most people don't get in life.
And then when Dr. Banks came in to see him the next morning, he was able to tell Dr. Banks,